Hi Gen Revamp, this is Gen Revamp Studios. This is the place where we agree to disagree, just evolve for the better together. My name is Crystal Lenore. Thank you for joining me today. As always, I get excited on record days, so thank you for sharing this space with me. With that, we're going to go ahead and get into the topic of today's show. So today we're talking about the interview which was conducted between Marc Lamont Hill and Judge Joe Brown in relation to the release of Bill Cosby from prison. So as we all know, about a week ago, Bill Cosby was released from prison based upon a previous agreement which was found with his prosecutor, which basically stated and prevented him from being charged in this case. So that's why he was released, and he cannot be retried again involving this case. So that's why he was released from prison. So a lot of people weighed in on this case. A lot of people felt like he should have remained in prison. Many people were ecstatic and excited that he was released and able to go home and be with his family. One of those people was Judge Joe Brown, and so now I'm going to weigh in and let you know what I thought about the interview between him and Marc Hill. So number one, I want to say that contrary to what other people thought about Marc Hill's interview with Judge Joe Brown, I applaud him. I applaud him for remaining professional during a stressful and difficult interview. I applaud him because Marc Lamont Hill is one of few black men that actually stand up for women. And not only women, but black women on subjects like this, as far as misogyny and rape and sexual abuse and things of that nature. He is one of few black men, and so I applaud him for putting himself out there like that and feeling comfortable enough within his masculinity to exercise care and concern for females and women in general. And unfortunately, you don't see a lot of that in the black community. What you see a lot of is black men standing for other black men and making excuses for them oftentimes when they have very concerning behaviors. So I applaud him for that. Now, what I do want to say is a lot of people said that Marc Lamont Hill was owned and Judge Joe Brown owned him and made him into a little boy. None of that occurred. None of it occurred. These two men were arguing from two different perspectives. Marc Lamont Hill, that of moral accountability, and Judge Joe Brown, the law. Unfortunately, moral accountability did not resonate with the black community because morality, we have an issue of morality within the black community. That's the real reason why it did not resonate, and people felt like Lamont Hill was being soft and a quote-unquote beta male, is because we don't usually talk about things of this nature: morality, integrity, shared values and things. And these are subjects that we should be discussing within the black community in relation to a range of topics concerning our communities, because it's lacking. The morality is lacking in the black community, and you can see it in the people. You can see it with the people that we look up to, the people that we consider entertainers, the people that we consider to be influencers in our communities. These people usually have no sense of morality at all. What else? The things that we get excited by, our entertainment, the videos that go viral at the expense of other human beings. This is the black community. We currently have a situation where people are touting around a misogynist all over YouTube, taking dating advice from him. What a slap in the face to the good black men out there who know how to maintain healthy, long-term relationships. And these are the things that we do in the black community. So when Marc Lamont Hill raises the issue of morality, I wasn't surprised that it didn't resonate with the black community. Look at us. I mean, just look at us. You know, just look at us. Look what we get excited about. So I believe that people missed that point. Marc Lamont Hill was basically saying, yes, Bill Cosby is innocent according to the law, right? He has been exonerated according to the law, but this does not exonerate him morally. This is the only point that he was making. He was trying to have a discussion about morality while Judge Joe Brown was sticking to the law. And I understand, you know, that's his field, but he was also raising a very valid issue of morality, and I think it was one that was worthy to be discussed. Now, that was my first point. My second point is Judge Joe Brown himself. I was very disappointed in the views that were unveiled that he has pertaining to women. There was a part of the conversation where he'll ask Judge Joe Brown, does Cosby bear any accountability, you know? And Judge Joe Brown responds and he says, well, what about these women being accountable? They were groupies, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, you know, sex, drugs, basketball, football, you know. And this was his response. And yes, he is absolutely right. Women should be responsible. You should be responsible to conduct yourself accordingly in all situations, right? But that does not negate Bill Cosby having to be accountable for his behavior also. You know, for him to make the claim, well, they were groupies, I mean, just because you're a groupie doesn't mean that someone has the right to take advantage of you. Just because you accepted pills and alcohol from someone doesn't mean that they have a right to have sex with you if it wasn't consensual. And the perspective that Judge Joe Brown was coming from, well, he's been exonerated by the law, and so he's innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent according to the law. And I get what he's saying, but that's law. What about morally? We're talking about right and wrong behavior. Morally, just because he was exonerated by the law does not remove moral accountability. And this was an opportunity for Judge Joe Brown to set an example for these little black boys out here. What's wrong with holding a black man accountable within the black community? What's wrong with that? Why can't we do that? I'm not talking about what goes on outside of the community. I'm not talking about what goes on in the court systems. I'm not talking about what goes on with other groups. I'm talking about the black community. What's wrong with that? We have men that run around just making it, well, I can't even say men, the black community in general makes excuses for degenerate behavior. If we did not make so many excuses for degenerate behavior when black men find themselves in situations like this, just perhaps we wouldn't have as many incest cases that we have involving little black boys and girls. molestation cases involving little black boys and girls. Nobody ever talks about the boys. They get it too. And unfortunately, we don't really know what the statistics are on them, because I can only imagine that there's shame and stigma when they come forward. It's already hard for little black girls to come forward, so I can only imagine what it's like for a little black boy to come forward. But that's just the children. What about all the countless women who are violated? What about all the teens that are violated? We need to get to a point where we can talk about these issues without being heated and argumentative in our communities about these type things. We need to get to a point where we can talk about these things. And we need to stop. As much time as we spend standing up for people that we don't even know, these celebrities, these stars, why not stand up for the people in your community that truly need you? These people that I mentioned before, these people that are incest survivors, these people that have been molested. And predators can not only be men, but they can be women too. That needs to be put out there. Let's stand up for these people. Let's get to know and understand their stories. Let's stop breaking our necks to stand up for men with problematic pasts. And we really don't know what the truth is. Judge Joe Brown said, well, he never admitted to anything. He never admitted to anything. He never said he did that. Why would he? Who says, yeah, I raped her. Yeah, I did it. No, he did what he was supposed to do. He said, I didn't do it. You know, black people, we need to do better. And I think black men need to do better as far as, let me put it to you like this. I hear black men talking a lot about being alphas and being kings, and they normally list all these traits that a king has. You know, he's strong, you know, he's a leader, you know, he's in a certain income bracket, you know, they have all these different things that they list. But they never list the one thing that matters the most, and that's love. Kings love their people. In order for kings to love their people, they have to first have compassion for their people. And in order for them to have compassion for their people, they have to have empathy for their people. And this is something that is missing within a lot of black men today. It's a character flaw that deals with the socialization of black boys. Has everything to do with why Judge Brown responded the way he did about accountability. Just totally exonerated Bill Cosby. Put it on the women. Yep, women have a responsibility too, but that does not negate or automatically remove responsibility from the man. You know, the black community has a habit of pinning black women down to the altar and placing our sins and our imperfections, placing them in front of everybody so that they can see them, basically. Let me tell you something. If we pin some of these men down to the altar and did the same thing to them, the black community would be in a totally different place. We would actually get moving, I'll tell you that. Let's start caring more for people who have actually been through these crimes. Let's start showing them some love. You know, for the amount of time that we spend advocating for people that we truly don't know what the truth is and what truly happened, we could actually spend some of this time advocating for people that truly need us the most, and these are the survivors of these crimes. So again, I applaud Marc Lamont Hill for always being an advocate for Black women. And it's unfortunate that he is seen as a soft and weak Black male, and that's the farthest thing from the truth. He has king-like traits, and a lot of Black men could learn a lot from him. So with that, this is Gen Revamp Studios. This is the place where we agree to disagree, just evolve for the better together. With that, get in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this commentary. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, and I will see you in the next one.